Ignition sequence start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And what is going on, guys? You're listening to the Realest Podcast, and welcome to November 29th edition of the Realest Podcast, and for Smackdown Live's version of the show. So tonight was the go-home show for Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, or TLC, happening this Sunday on the WWE Network for $9.99. So tonight,
what happened to me? I'm always the one who advertises for them, and here you are, jumping in doing it for me.
Yeah. So, just before everything goes, I am feeling a little bit better for everyone that listened to yesterday's show. Luckily, I'm feeling a little bit better. I mean, yesterday was bad, man. It kicked my butt. But, well, overall, what'd you think of tonight's show?
Very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought both Raw and SmackDown were very entertaining this week.
I think the only reason why Raw we could say was entertaining was because of the we've had a total of 4 title matches in the past 2 weeks, which is outrageous. That's the most they've done in a whole year.
And one title change hand, so there you go.
Yeah, which is kind of expected on a Monday Night Raw. Man, we can get off task. We can actually, go off the script if we want.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, because we totally have a script. One thing I remember as a kid watching Raw when I thought it was great was, man, it seemed like there was a title match, not every week, but it seemed like there was a lot of title matches. This is, I'm not talking Monday Night Wars. I'm just saying in general, it seemed like there was title matches a good bit of the time, and now it's like if you get a title match, you're like, what? Title match? But, well, we know who's going to retain, whoever the champion is.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, oh, a title match.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, the titles very rarely change hands on a pay-per-view for Raw, but they change hands on Raw itself.
Yeah, I mean, the Women's Championship the past 3 times or 2 times out of 4 has changed on Raw. That's crazy to think about. But,
yeah, the only title that's really been dropped on a pay-per-view event since the brand split has been the Cruiserweight Championship.
Well, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, I mean, like in terms of Raw.
Oh, for Raw, yeah, true.
Yeah,
but
I mean, they're known for keeping their champions.
Yeah, which it's not a bad thing. Let them have a run. But like Charlotte's run's it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, her run's over.
Right.
And when it comes to New Day, their run's been over in my opinion, and everyone thinks that. When it comes to I think Kevin Owens is just getting started. He needs to hold it, I think, until WrestleMania, if not further than that. I think he needs to. I think a great feud would be Jericho versus Owens, and I say that now, and I'm scared that when the future comes, we'll be saying, man, this feud sucked.
I hope not, because Jericho has been doing very well. Well, he always does very well, but, like, the quality of his work this return has been phenomenal. I mean, he's had, dream matches with AJ Styles. He's really honed his character past the level of Chris Jericho. It's just, whatever it is about Chris Jericho, he's really, like, fine-tuned his art, especially during promos.
Right. Just speaking of the women's division, yesterday we said that the match was good, and I've actually had a conversation with Jake DeMarco of from the Joe Cronin Show over Twitter recently, and we've been going back and forth since, I want to say Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah, Thanksgiving. We've been going back and forth just talking and, seeing how we're doing. We were talking about tonight's show and yesterday's show, and I asked him what he thought of Raw, and he said, it wasn't bad. He said that he thought the women's match was good, but, it's just something he doesn't want to see. And this is what I said. How long can they keep adding stipulations to make that title or to make this feud good? We've had a regular matches two of the times. The third time we got a Hell in a Cell, and then the fourth we got a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now I just want to also say, Becky Lynch went through a table today. She did something that Charlotte and Sasha struggled on. That was going through a table.
The properly put through a table. But, you know, it's interesting because I texted you earlier today. I was like, is there a possibility you think that there was going to be a ladder match between the two? And you know what? It looked as if that's the route they were going, but instead, we learned tonight, towards the end of the show, that stipulation being added on the women's match is going to be a tables match, which, you know, I would have preferred it would have been a ladder match because it's my favorite type of match. But, you know, a tables match is still pretty good. I'm still pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I don't mind a tables match at all between the two. To be completely honest with you, I think the dumbest match or stipulation of them all is a chairs match. Like, okay,
I know.
just make it a no disqualifications match. Why just have a chairs match? So let me ask you this. So since it's a chairs match, can you use tables? Can you use ladders? Can you use kendo sticks? Or is that against the rules? Like,
no, it's no disqualification. There is no rules.
So I mean, then why not make it a no disqualifications match instead of a chairs match?
You see, like, that match is, like, surfaced within the last 2 years. Like, it always happens around TLC time. It's like, oh, we're just going to have a chairs match. And, you know, it's no matter who it is, and no matter how many times they try to hype it up, it's always the worst match on the card. Always.
Yeah.
I think it was, like, last year, wasn't it Ryback and I know it wasn't Ryback and Kalisto. It was Ryback and somebody.
Kevin
I want to
Owens?
say
No, Kevin Owens because Kevin.
Kane?
I don't know because TLC.
Maybe?
I'm trying to think of TLC.
It was bad. Let's put it this way. It was bad.
Who did because that was when Sheamus. It might have been Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah, or it was either that or the year before. But I know one of the matches was Ryback, and it was a complete wasted space. I mean, any of the chairs matches are.
Ryback didn't get a lot of TV time until around WrestleMania season when he went for the United States Championship.
Yeah, and that even turned out bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he got a which I agree with him that if a title match is on the pre-show, then it's just sad. I completely agree with that. I don't think a title match should ever be on the pre-show. You know, it just does nothing but makes the title worthless by putting it on a pre-show.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's interesting to see where it has gone and how far it has come. And you know, when you really look back on it, the United States Championship was probably the most worthless title at the time. And you look at it now, and you could probably say the same thing. Out of all the titles, I would put the U.S. title is probably the most worthless title of them all. You can't say that about the Intercontinental Championship. As of right now, no. I mean, Intercontinental Champion, you know, The Miz has been phenomenal. You know, Dolph Ziggler and The Miz have been phenomenal. But the title actually means something. Or at least it does to me after what they've done with it. The United States Championship has really meant nothing.
Yeah, I mean, well, as of right now, it's just something to put over the waist of Roman Reigns. If we're speaking the truth here.
Yeah, and you know he's not even defending it.
No, hasn't defended it since Survivor. No, not even Survivor Series. Since Hell in a Cell.
That was his first and only title defense.
Yeah.
Well, not only he did defend it on Raw, but that doesn't count.
Yeah. So, but. Like, what they did with the women's title tonight, with that contract signing, is how you do a women's title match. And how. Like, here's something that's sad, and here's something that's totally true. The women's division on Raw, if you were to ask me right now if I was to pick a roster, and I'm not, like, adding story, like, I'm not adding creative teams on it, but if I was to pick a roster between those two, I would pick Raw's roster in a heartbeat. Like, you wouldn't even have to ask me twice. I would pick Raw's roster over SmackDown's roster. But the SmackDown title means more than the Raw title because of where they're going creatively. SmackDown, yeah, we've seen, I'm sorry about that, we've seen them go back and forth for a good month, if not longer than that. But it wouldn't have been like that if Becky didn't get hurt. Second
Yeah.
off, the storylines between these two, it's so big and it means so much. I mean, I even tweeted out, follow me at Kermit. Yes, I know it's spelled incorrectly. That's the point. But it is CERMIIT if you want my thoughts on wrestling shows when they are live. But just think about this. They went out of their way to not go PG, and she said, I just can't wait to get my hands on that little bitch.
I know.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh!
and it's interesting too, because not only did they go there, but you could tell that it was kind of like off the cuff, because even Renee Young kind of like cringed, like, "Ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen."
Yeah, but you know what? I was watching a thing it's so true. Paul Heyman said, what if The Undertaker or Brock Lesnar wasn't supposed to beat The Undertaker, but but Brock Lesnar decided, I'm going to beat him anyway, and did it, and just do it. Now, two things would happen. If it doesn't look good or like it has a bad reaction, then obviously Vince McMahon's going to get pissed. But if something good of it comes, Vince McMahon can get pissed. Obviously, we know that Vince said to do it, but
Well, yeah, and it's interesting too, because there's been multiple reports that when Vince said to do it, Brock begged not to. Brock is like, "I don't want to do it." No.
well, I mean, in reality, Undertaker's streak was supposed to end a long time ago. Orton was actually the one of the people that was supposed to take it. He said no. But to what I'm getting at with this is Becky Lynch could have went off script. We don't know. It was more than likely scripted because we never see the word bitch ever get involved.
But it's the idea that they promote it to the fact where it doesn't feel like it's scripted.
Well, hang on. What I'm saying is, if it's not scripted, that right there, that one word made that promo and made that match way more than what it already was.
Yeah. You don't see them going to those lanes on Raw.
No. Well, I mean, in a way, Roman kind of did. And I thought, and I'll say it again, I said it on Monday, I'm on record for saying this. I thought Roman's promo with Kevin Owens, I thought he did it. I thought he did good. I will stick behind that. I thought Roman Reigns' promo was really good. I wouldn't say really good, but it was good. I mean, I was invested in it.
Yeah. I mean, Roman, like, you got to give the guy credit. Like I said before, he can put on a show. If he wanted to, he can put on a show. It just you only need a little bit of Roman Reigns. You don't need too much of Roman Reigns. It's like if you get a shot of adrenaline of Roman Reigns, is way too much.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I have no problem with Roman Reigns. I think that he does good. I mean, obviously, here's the thing, and this is something that I watched earlier, and it's completely true. People that hate on Roman and do all this on Roman, they're bought in. They have the network. They have all of that. They're bought in on Roman Reigns. And they're going to stand up to boo him. And they're going to keep showing up to boo him. It's completely true. As much as haters of Roman Reigns are saying it, and they're saying, you're right. It's true. Some people might not buy his merch because that's what the kids and women are for. The kids and women will buy his merch. And his merch is one of the top merchandise for sales. But when it comes to, I'm not going to lie, like me, I don't like Roman Reigns. But you know what? I'll for sure boo him. But that's the beauty of it. And, you like Kevin Owens has even said it. That's the kind of heat he wants. He wants the both. He wants to be cheered for and booed. That's the same thing for Cena. I mean, Roman Reigns is in the same seat or in the same shoes as John Cena.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, not everybody supports Cena, but they do support Cena at the same time.
Yeah. But speaking of more promos, obviously it's a go-home show, so we're going to see more promos than we're going to get matches. James Ellsworth was on the Ambrose Asylum, and we saw him basically get accepted into the WWE Universe, and AJ Styles deliver one of the most brutal Styles clashes I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And hang on one second, I got to take a drink. had cotton mouth. So one thing that you notice is with the Styles Clash, you have to actually tilt your head back. But in the rules of wrestling, when you are taking a move, your natural reaction is tuck your chin. Now, when Ellsworth first took the Styles Clash, he actually tucked his chin. What that will cause is for him to break his neck. That's why it's a no-no. So, whenever Styles put him getting ready, immediately his head's putting it back, not letting that happen again.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny too because I texted you. I was like, you know what? If the man had a chin, he lost it just now.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, but that was a very brutal Styles Clash. You know what? I feel like the whole reason for that was just to take him out of the equation. Come TLC, just
Yeah,
so that we know he's not going to be involved.
we could easily see a feud between Ambrose and James Ellsworth in the future. If I could easily see it because of the promo he shot. Well, I am 3-0 on AJ Styles. That's why I'm saying that we could easily see that happening.
Right.
Now, Mr.
Well, I mean, he did
Statman-
kind of treat him like shit too
Yeah.
on the show.
He always has been, though. So let's give it to you, Mr. Statman, the guy that always gives us our crazy stats. At Survivor Series, you said that all the legends said that Brock Lesnar would win. You also said that during the Raw pre-show, all the legends said that Charlotte would win. Now, both results of those matches are the complete opposite. We saw Goldberg win in 1 minute 26 seconds, and we saw Sasha Banks last night win the WWE Raw Women's Championship. And now, what are they predicting?
Okay, so Booker T, King, and Lita have all predicted that AJ Styles will retain his title at TLC. Is it a jinx? I'm curious.
I don't know. I hope. Look, I'll be completely
Is it
honest
third
with you.
time's a charm?
I think that AJ deserves to keep the title until, if I had it my way, it would be until Mania. I think him and Cena should go at Mania, and I honestly think Cena should win at Mania. I think he should give the guy the 16th title at Mania. It'd be a spot, and that'd be a perfect main event. The guy goes after history, and you go from there. But I don't think that Ambrose deserves it. Oh, no, I wouldn't say deserves, but I don't think Ambrose needs to have the title next week. Reason being is because of the fact that, let's be honest, Ambrose has gotten boring. And before, when Roman Reigns was champion, it was like, oh my God, Ambrose, yes, he's cashing in. But with the belt, he didn't do anything.
No, not really. And it's not just that though. I mean, like he's an entertaining guy. He's always been an entertaining guy, but it's pretty bad where you're kind of like looking at his matches, be like, ew. Like not very entertaining, and not like he has to be carried by the other people who he works with, and that's bad for a champion.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, I honestly hope that AJ Styles retains. I don't see why they would give the title away to Ambrose. Like what they could possibly be doing. Like unless they're gonna work a Ambrose versus Ellsworth turn heel type thing. But even that, like I feel like for me, that's when I say enough is enough with the whole Ellsworth thing.
You could easily have Ellsworth cost Dean the championship and easily have Dean turn around, and there's your feud with those two. And what I mean by that is Ellsworth comes out to help Dean win the championship, and it bites Dean in the butt.
Yeah, or I mean, or Dean Ambrose could just turn heel in general. I mean, he's already halfway there.
Yeah, but again, it throws in the fact that SmackDown doesn't have a top heel or top face. Not to mention, I saw a rumor that Cena could be taking more time off from WWE because apparently he got a role for a movie, as he's actually out right now filming his TV series for the second season.
Yeah, and, if that's the case, like if you plan on having Cena come back in time for Mania and winning the championship, to tie Ric Flair's record, you got to really think: is it gonna, be really effective? Because we really shouldn't have another Brock Lesnar championship picture. You know what I mean? Like,
It,
we shouldn't have a champion that defends it once every 3 months.
and I doubt that would happen if Cena was to win the championship. I think I wouldn't say full time, but I think he would, show up every week for TV. That's just me, of course. I mean, because you're completely right. That's the dumbest thing to do with the title is to is to only get defended every now and then.
But, I mean, you can't do that after an AJ Styles title reign. You know.
No, and as of right now, it's going well. But then again, he's only in reality he's only went up against one person if you don't count the triple threat match at No Mercy.
Yeah, but like I've heard rumors about what they plan on doing with Styles, and I'm all for it. I mean, I've heard that the Undertaker's going to be the next challenger, and the Undertaker might win it. I'm all for an Undertaker AJ Styles thing because that's something I've never seen before. So uncharted waters is almost always a good thing unless it's Brock Orton.
I'll be completely honest with you. The match for AJ Styles with me was like, man, I would love to see this happen. It has already happened with Cena and Styles. But if Undertaker was to face off against Styles, I don't want Styles to be the one that possibly makes him retire if that's what happens, because I'm sure they're gonna there has to be some stipulation. There's no way that's how it's gonna end.
Right.
I mean, especially if the rumors are true that they're wanting to have AJ turn around and possibly be turn face soon. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how they're going to make Styles turn face and why they want him to turn face. Because before, as a face, they never really used him. But as soon as he turned heel, they knew how to use him and use him effectively.
Yeah.
So, like, my concern is if he does turn face, where does he go from here?
Yeah, there's no... In reality, there's no telling, because again, you go into the issue of not having a top heel. Who's there to be heel? Baron Corbin? I mean, Baron Corbin's being protected, but what has Baron Corbin done?
I honestly would have thrown Bray Wyatt out there.
Yeah,
but like time and time again, they keep putting him in the lower mid card, and now they're putting him in the tag team championship picture, which I'm thrilled for, but I'm not thrilled for. At the same time.
You're right, but then again, we turn into hypocrites if we say, "Oh, he's going for the tag team titles." Really, we turn into hypocrites, and the reason why I say that is because we have been saying Bray needs to go in for a title. Bray needs to go in for a title. Come on, this is ridiculous. He needs to go in for a title. Well, in a sense, he's going in for a title right now. So in a way, we turn into a hypocritical.
I see what you're saying, but like at the same time, I kind of feel like a Cesaro fan at this point. Like Cesaro is going up against Sheamus, right? And he's going to get this opportunity to face a champion, the champion of his choosing. At the end of this feud, we get this huge ongoing feud, ends up in a tie, and now look at this, where you have Cesaro and Sheamus as championship contenders for the tag team championships, and it goes nowhere. And then all of a sudden, we have Bray Wyatt, who is full of potential, could be the top heel on Smackdown easily, if they gave him a chance. And I'm all for him having Intercontinental or even a World Championship run. And it's just like, I'm happy that he's going to be the next tag team championship. There's no way that they're going to lose that. But, at the same time, it's kind of like, man, creative. I'm glad you're giving him a title, but, he really deserves more than a tag team championship reign. It's kind of out of his bracket, if you ask me. It's a waste of his potential at the time. Especially when he's had high-key matches up until this point of his career. I mean, look at the people he's faced and look at the rivalries he's had. Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Randy Orton, all these big names, Undertaker, how could I forget Undertaker? But at the same time, it's kind of like you have this larger-than-life superstar that's kind of being suppressed and put into a tag team, situation. And in my opinion, that tag team scenario is not going to last very long. It's only a matter of time before Orton turns on Wyatt, and what's going to happen somewhere down the road.
Yeah, I also have some WWE drama for you.
WWE drama. What's
Yeah,
going on now?
Emma and Zack Ryder have been rumored to break up.
No, Emelina and Zack Ryder. Ah,
Yeah.
woo, woo, woo.
Kind of crazy. I was just like,
Yeah.
power couple breaks up and it showed Paige, and I was like, oh, God, Paige? Really?
And of course they say Emma and Zack Ryder. Wouldn't really say they're a power couple, but
No, but they've made it very public.
yeah.
Unlike Renee
No,
Young and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, but they're very private about it.
Yeah. Listen to us. Now we're turning into a drama show. So, oh my God, did you see what Dean wore with Renee?
The Batman comment.
Yeah. Well, we also have the main event to talk about between American Alpha and the Wyatt family. What'd you think of that?
I thought it was a great match. I thought it was very well structured. And, I was happy with the way in which the match ended. We both knew, and we both said it, that the Wyatts had to win this.
Yeah,
They needed to win this.
Again, it also makes zero sense to have a
Face versus face. So, I mean, like, with that said, it's kind of like we could predict the outcome. And, there was things that I expected to see in this match that I did see. And that was American Alpha, man. They dominated the first half of that match. Dominated. And then, of course, you go to the commercial break, and, the Wyatts are all over American Alpha. They can't catch a break. And the other thing I was looking for was some sort of involvement that would kind of screw them over, because American Alpha is a strong team. They're a really strong team that, could have went up against the caliber of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. 100%. And what they did was they made them lose, but made them look strong with the involvement of Luke Harper pulling Bray Wyatt out of the corner. And at the same time, they also cemented, the heel championship picture by taking on Jason Jordan and pinning Jason Jordan. One of the biggest complaints that we've had as a collective group is that Jason Jordan is turning into the next Roman Reigns, in the sense that, like whenever Jason Jordan comes up, he's the Hawk. You watch out for Jason Jordan; he can take you out. And I don't even know if you caught the text I sent you the other day, but I was playing WWE 2K17, and I was watching a match. I was actually Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan was my partner, and we were going up against the Revival. And I was like, it's pretty bad. Where even in 2K, the Revival tries double teaming Jason Jordan, he dominates them.
Right.
As a computer.
So, I mean, with that being said, it leaves us the question that I ask every single Tuesday: was better this week, Raw or SmackDown?
I have to say SmackDown, man. I enjoy watching SmackDown. And, the only thing I could say was really bad about tonight was the whole Kalisto and Baron Corbin match with The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. That was just cringeworthy. I even liked the Kane Luke Harper match. I thought that was very entertaining. So, I'm going with SmackDown. You take it with a grain of salt, because Raw was pretty good last night, but, the only thing that, really kept my interest was that Women's Championship match.
I'm going to give it to Raw this week, because I thought Raw was a bit better. I did. Ooh, ah.
Ooh. First time ever.
Yeah. So, with that being said, be sure to, right after you're done listening to us, to tune in, go on the WWE Network and watch 205, because on Friday, coming up Friday, we'll be doing Next Big Thing, and also we will also be covering 205 with Next Big Thing. So that means NXT and 205 will be on Next Big Thing, and then this Saturday we'll have Keeping It Real, and then Sunday we'll have our prediction show, and then immediately following TLC, we'll have our thoughts and the results of WWE or SmackDown Live's pay-per-view of TLC. So, until next time, for Andrew, I'm Blake Carter, and until next time, again, I said that. Peace out.